with a person.
With
That
a
is
person
Simon.
this time.
Yes, with an actual person,
Instead of like
as
your
opposed to the
imaginary
last time.
friends.
I'm getting feedback from Jason. Jason, I can hear me talking from your end.
Really?
Oh, I can
Yeah.
really subtly.
Let me look up something real quick.
Like whenever I talk, I see the green on yours
Okay.
go up
I
too.
think you might be hearing me through my headphones.
My
Maybe.
God, I will tell you though, Jason, that I hear you so crystal clear. Like it is ridiculous.
That's a good thing.
I have never heard this good of quality on Discord ever.
That's what happens when you using a $200 microphone that
Hell
Jacob
yeah.
needs to invest in.
Welcome to my life.
Hey, I really like the stark contrast of our hosting styles. It's like I'm really winging this shit, and like it's just really shitty webcam and audio quality, and you're all crystal clear, and you obviously have shit together.
Yeah, you're still
I'll be there.
crackly. Can you fix whatever that was that you fixed?
No, I like that we have the stark difference here of like Steve Jobs, real clean cut, crisp, and then we have like the guy who's bumming off of the McDonald's Wi-Fi under the overpass.
Look, I've done that. Okay. I don't know what you're hearing, Jason. There's my fan's off and my mic is good.
Okay. Well, hopefully it holds up.
You-
You're the only one that sounds kind of
Yeah.
crusty.
I sound crackly to you, Simon? Simon?
Yeah, yes, you do.
You're like you're,
Am I
you're
trying to
like
find-
subtle. I'll be like,
you're like giving an answer to Congress. You're just like, I don't recall.
I don't know.
I
It
never
shouldn't be
said
my.
that.
Hold on.
I never said that.
Let me turn off my air conditioning and see if that makes any difference.
I don't think it's that.
So-
I think it's the microphone
wait.
itself.
I also think it's the mic. It's the same
Okay,
problems I heard
hold
in
on.
your last podcast. The same.
The one that we
crispy,
did
crackly-
together?
No, the one the last Open Micers podcast.
Oh, you listened to the show, Simon?
I dabbled a little today. I had some free time, so I listened.
What up,
to,
Rampage? Rampage in the chat
your
room.
last week's, and then I listened to a bit of the one with Peppers.
Yeah, we need to
Okay.
push that Pepper episode too because it's only available on the Patreon page. I mean, it's open. It's free to the public, but you have to be at least have an account to listen to it. I think, but
Now
You're-
with Peppers
Yeah.
podcast, I was able to find it on like you all posted a link on your Facebook that just
yeah,
right over there.
I need to get our podcast on Stitcher too. As much as I hate Stitcher, a lot of people I know listen that way.
Wi-Fi off here so that it doesn't blow.
Simon, you're like the only guest we've ever had on that actually listens to the show.
I felt it'd been a little weird to go on a podcast. Like you ever watch Hot Ones?
Yeah,
Yes,
I love that show.
absolutely.
I always get really upset when they've never heard of it. Like they've never like they have no idea going in. It's like, how have you missed
Yeah.
this the entire time?
Dude, I want to go
Well,
on that game show that they have.
Oh,
Dude, if
was it Truth
Hot
or
One's the
Dab?
game show.
Yes.
Oh no, Hot One's the game show. Yeah.
Truth or Dab's the board game that you can play at home.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude.
Jason, if we went on Hot One's the game show, I think we'd win.
I think so. Dude, we went to
'Cause,
this
like-
place over in Gulfport the other day called the Shrimp Basket off
Oh,
of
I've been-
49.
Yeah.
Dude, their hot sauce is the greatest hot sauce on planet Earth. Like, I ate
Yeah.
half a bottle. That stuff's so good.
Holy shit. I don't know if I've ever had their hot sauce. I usually
Dude.
go to the Shrimp Basket and then I get like shrimp.
Yeah. Dude, their shrimp
That's
po'
it.
boy. Dude, I got the shrimp po' boy and
But Jason's like going to there. It's like I need like the fucking hot wings.
Yeah.
Like, do you have hot wings?
no, just get
Do you fry it in the same shit as the shrimp?
get a shrimp po' boy and drown it in that shrimp basket hot sauce. I'm
Is
telling
it
you.
worth it? Because I had a very disappointing shrimp po' boy at work today, so that would make my day.
Go there. I'm telling you, it's
Go.
great. Rampage, you need to
I'm
make
gonna head
a
out. Bye.
you need to make a trip over here to Gulfport. Go to
I'm
the
gonna head
shrimp
out.
basket. All right. Well,
all
I'm
right.
pretty much ready to go if you guys are.
Yeah, I have our stupid fucking ad from our stupid fucking sponsor.
God.
From the stupid fucking podcast that is also my podcast.
Yeah. I fucking hate this podcast,
This
bro.
fucking dude. All right. Well, I'll count you down. Hold on. In 3, 2, 1, go.
This motherfucker wants me to read an ad. I'll read him an ad. Do you want to see a drunk guy piss on the side of a bar? Or how about having your fries eaten by some asshole that just sat down while you were in the bathroom? If that's the kind of chaos you want, then vote Touch Biloxi for Best Solo Duo Musical Act at this year's Covey Awards. Go to coastobserver.com and look for the Covey Awards tab. It's there, it's just hard to find. You have to click like 3 times, but it's worth it, trust me. And if it's not, fuck it. Like Touch Biloxi on Facebook. I don't care. Fucking drunk.
Okay. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Greetings and welcome back to another Open Micers podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm both hungry and dad.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to let you introduce our guest tonight.
Yes, our guest is local musical prodigy and phenom, Mr. Simon Palmer. Simon, how are you doing today, sir?
Apparently a prodigy and a phenom. I'm excited.
Yes, those are my words, not his. I'm very high on your music, man, because both me and Jason both did a show with you. We did Touch Biloxi's birthday party together.
Oh shit, the one where Mark got blackout drunk?
Yeah, he got blackout drunk, and I will take the credit. I'll take the credit of stopping him from running into the street.
Perfect.
So,
At
yeah,
which point in the night? Because there were several times.
so he was both drunk and high on mushrooms, and he tried to run into the street, and I stopped him.
Oh,
So
dog, I didn't know he was on shrooms.
oh, well, legally he's not. Legally he was not.
No. By shrooms means other types of alcohol.
Yeah.
only alcohol for
No,
legal.
I mean like fried mushrooms. Like they were really good.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I kind of saved his life, I think. But Jason didn't stick around for the music too much. I stuck around to hear you play with Green Mantles.
Which
And
was
my man,
rough.
was it rough? Talk about that. Why was it rough?
It was the first show I'd ever played with them, honestly.
Okay.
And it was just kind of thrown together. It's like, oh no, it'll be fine. No, it'll be fine. Then I got up there and it was not fine. And good thing is we were all kind of fucked up. So the next day, I reached out to like the lead singer Brian. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry if it was a little rough around the edges last night. I don't know, and he was like, you were great. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember anything, but it was great.
Yeah. See, I don't know what you're talking about either, because I mean, you did do great. You did really great with them, and that's something that I noticed, because my brother introduced me to you because he knew you and I didn't know you.
That is.
And so you met Caleb, or you knew Caleb somehow.
I already knew.
And he
Caleb. I knew him
introduced
from was it a
Squeaky Lizard?
Nightstand?
Nightstand and Lampshades.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his band, and we're not
They
promoting
opened for
them.
me a couple times.
Yeah, they're an opening band for sure. Not a lot of
great.
talent to go
Well,
around.
I'm telling Elton right now.
Hey, if Elton wants to come on the podcast and speak his piece,
Oh
he's
my
more
gosh.
than welcome.
Get
I
him
asked
in
him
here
to-
right now.
I asked him if he wanted to come on at some point, and he never hit me back. So I don't know, man. But
I've known Elton for years. That's how I actually even
Yeah.
learned about Nightstand and the Lampshades, because I used to play paintball with Elton.
really,
That was night and day. Because like, you know Elton, and
Yeah.
Elton's like a really nice guy. He's down to earth. He wears.
yeah, but he's also a
hats,
fucking
he
Marine.
plays banjos, and when he plays paintball, it is 99% Marine. Like it just switches, and he is, come on, pussies, let's get down there. And
Yeah.
and it was so stark a difference, because I only knew that Elton, and then I went to the show, and I see him in his nice hat and his nice dress shirt. He's like, Simon, it is so nice to see you here today. How are you? And I'm like, what
Yeah,
the
we're
fuck
talk-
is this? What? Who are you?
Yeah, we're talking about Pick and Barrett on Facebook.
and
If you want to
Barrett.
like him on Facebook, Pick and Barrett. He plays the banjo for Nightstand and the Lampshades. But no, man,
Okay.
I saw your set that night, and I was really impressed. And I had followed your music page on Facebook after that, and I saw that you submitted a tape to The Voice. Is that right?
I did. I was almost instantly rejected. Just great on the ego. Just so good on the ego.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
that surprises me though, because when I saw that you submitted to The Voice, my first thought was I don't understand how they would reject him. Because you have someone that has raw musical talent, who can also play the guitar, writes his own songs, sings his own songs well. Like that's the trademark of any musician, you know?
but they don't want that. They don't want that on The Voice. They want like good looks, sappy backstory, and you to play Rihanna cover really, really well.
Okay, so you have a third of that.
Yeah. which third? Y'all decide. I don't.
Yeah, you guys decide at home which third. But I don't know, maybe we could make up a sappy backstory to get you on The Voice. Has anything
I've
happened to you when you were a kid?
Like you already know that my family runs an alpaca farm, right?
Yes, I do know that.
So I thought that I would just try to drag that into the mix and be like, when I was 16, Nutter Butter died tragically. And I thought that would work just great. Never got that far.
Or you could just say that you were molested by an alpaca.
Ooh. I was gonna say wow, but you know what? There's some that would. There are
something
some
there.
angry motherfuckers in the alpaca community. I feel like there's angry enough alpacas they would molest people.
How hung is an alpaca?
Select a few, not hung at all.
They're not hung?
Their penis is kind of like a dog's penis, except if that penis was an earthworm. So like it still retracts into their body to a point, but then it's just like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Good.
So running an alpaca farm, like how many alpacas would you say you've seen fuck each other?
Oh, we've had like full blown alpaca orgies.
Really?
Hundreds of alpacas I've seen fuck, absolutely. But like we would have like breeding day, and so we would just have like 8 sets, just go at once, and then they'd all be done at the same time. I could go inside and eat my Cheetos because I was homeschooled.
What does that smell like?
Oh my god.
You ever I promise this isn't racist. I promise this isn't racist, but
okay, we're gonna cut you off there, Simon.
Please tread
have you ever went,
carefully.
have you ever went into like one of those Asian markets?
Yes.
And it smells like they use the same floor cleaner they use in the vet's office. That smell.
Okay.
That particular one right there. Which
I've
is,
never noticed, but
that's
I go to
brand floor cleaner.
I go to the same Asian market all the time in D'Iberville. So next time I go over there, I'll give it a good.
See if it reminds me of your vet office. I bet it will.
Yeah. My vet's awesome because he wears a bow tie and he loves to show pictures of Nazis and kittens. He's obsessed with Nazis and kittens because there's like this whole website that just has pictures of Nazis holding kittens. And this dude loves to show people. He's like, look, the Nazis like kittens. Like, okay then. Will you please look at my cat and find out why he's coughing up green shit?
Well, you know, they have a lot in common, like both Nazis and kittens.
You tread carefully.
They both hate the Jews.
You're worried about me.
What?
Anyway.
Cats hate
Yeah, bro.
Dude.
You didn't know this?
No.
Cats hate everybody, man.
No, they don't. My cats love me. I don't know where they're
Your
at
cats
right
would
now.
fucking hate me, bro.
Probably.
I'm not a cat person at all. I'm more of a dog person, honestly.
Dude, cats are so much better than dogs. Let me tell you. I used to have dogs. I love dogs. Don't get me
Tread
wrong.
carefully.
Look.
Okay. Well, look.
I don't have to take
wrong.
the cat
Continue.
outside to poop or piss or walks.
But you have to smell it. But you have to smell its shit inside your house.
Dude, you go get some good cat litter and you don't smell it. Nobody smells my cats when they come in my house. Most of the time, people come over don't even know I have cats. Because I take care of it. I take care of it. I'm a good cat owner.
As much as you take care of it, dude, your cat's going to have a stinky dump one day. And you're like, ooh, that's a stinky cat dump.
No, because they know to cover their dumps so that they don't stink.
Well, you know what?
I don't mind having to take my dog out if it means I never have to smell it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And my dogs just eat their own shit, so I don't even have to deal with it.
Yeah, but then, like, I used to have dogs, and the backyard would be just littered with shit mines all over the place. And then you go to cut grass, and you hit, like, a nice green fresh one, and it just slings shit everywhere. No, you don't have to worry about that with cats. You just scoop it up, you put it in a bag, or put it in the toilet, and you're done with it. You don't even have to smell it. You know why? Because out in the wild, cats bury their shit so that they don't get tracked by predators. That's why.
Then why the hell do they think my couch is so appetizing to shit on?
Because your cats are assholes.
Hey, fuck your couch.
And that's why it doesn't live here anymore.
Get a new couch.
I did.
Oh, I remember when you got that couch delivered. We were doing a little mock podcast trial run,
right?
And you got a couch delivered at like fucking 9 o'clock at night. It was crack cocaine, actually.
This is actually just a cardboard cutout of a couch, and it's hiding my small bag of crack cocaine that I got from it at 9 p.m. that night.
We did do a mock podcast together, though. We did that the night that Chadwick Boseman died. And we found out during the podcast, and there's no way we can release it now.
I don't know. Mark still really wants me to release it.
I want you to release it, too, because it just goes from really fucky and weird and us, like, trying to be funny to me finding out that Chadwick Boseman died and just bringing everyone down.
Everyone got.
And we talked about Chadwick Boseman for like almost an hour, and then we tried to be like fucky and funny again, and it just doesn't work. But so when did you start doing music, Simon?
So rewind. I started learning how to do music when I was 13. I took guitar lessons at the local church for $10 a week, which was a fucking steal.
Sweet.
Okay.
And
so this was a year ago?
You're so fucking funny.
I know, man. I'm a torn comic.
I haven't heard that at work every day of my life. So no, 13. So I'm 24 now. It's 11 years. And I did that for about 6 years, and then I started doing open mics at local venues in downtown OS. I was too young to get into any of them, but the Government Street Grocery, I give them their kudos here, their shout out.
Oh yeah, they live by Ireland rules. They're just like, if you're old enough to walk through the door by yourself, you can come in.
Bro, as a young performer, I know that exact same feel. I snuck into every bar on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Because I was calling all the bars to see which ones maybe would let me in. And they were all saying no. Juke Joint's like, fuck you. And Mosaic's like, fuck you.
Oh, bro. I walked into the Juke Joint at 17 years old. The trick is to walk in
like act like you belong there.
Exactly. And I didn't order the drink, and I made friends with the bartenders, and they understood, oh, this kid's here to do comedy. He didn't try to order a drink. He just wants Diet Coke. So we'll let him in.
So, story time. The very first time I ever played at the Juke Joint, I had just gotten on the day shift at work, so I could start doing open mics again, and I was calling places, and this was way later. I was maybe like 22.
Last time I played the Juke Joint, I almost incited a riot.
And I'm calling places, and no one's doing it, and I call a Juke Joint, and they're like, yeah, we're doing an open mic tonight. It's a Monday night. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll just be there. And I showed up, and it's comedy. It's y'all's night. It's not my night. But I showed up anyway, and I did songs anyway. And it was so funny because I got to my turn, and I realized I didn't have any of the gear for me, like usual open mics do. And I went to the the venue promoter dude, and before I could get my mouth open, he's like, "You need help." you need help, don't you? It's fine. I've been waiting for you. And I ended up playing an open mic gig at the comedy night, which they were all very nice about.
That makes sense. You probably played in front of a bunch of people we know very well.
Yeah.
But you probably
Probably
wouldn't
did.
be able to tell us who they were.
Exactly. That is exactly how it happened.
Yeah, the last time
so-
I played at the Juke Joint was with Fall as well, and we were playing outside, and it was like an all-day festival kind of thing. We went on at like
Right.
7:00. We about to break into the first song, and the cops show up, and everybody around the place started calling the police. And so we get shut down, and I got up on the mic and almost incited a riot. So that was fun.
They
Oh,
were
man.
filing noise complaints.
Yeah,
For
we had to move
venue?
inside, so it was our band, 5 dudes jammed up by the front door, and there were
Oh,
people.
please tell me that's the band name. Please tell me that's the band name.
What?
5 dudes jammed up against the
Yeah,
door.
I wish. There were people
Well, that's-
standing on the bar. There were people just jammed shoulder to shoulder in that place. It was stupid. It was so loud I couldn't hear for like a week.
Well, to be fair, you're old and probably have tinnitus.
Yeah, I do. I do. I only have like 40% of my hearing left, so that's good.
You know, that
Old.
makes sense. Because we see each other at Walmart a lot, and I'll go, Jason! And just fucking nothing. Like, I have to come up behind you and be all creepy and shit.
Jacob, I hate to tell you, but I think that's just him ignoring you.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
are-
Outside
Well, I
of
don't
this
usually
podcast,
expect people to come
Jason, just
running
walk
up
around and
to
you-
me.
Jason, Jason,
I don't-
Jason, and just like walk faster. Walk
I don't
faster.
usually expect people to come running up to me in Walmart threatening to kill me.
Oh,
Usually.
yeah, that happened. Well, I didn't know what to say, and I saw you, and you didn't recognize me because I had like my hat on and my mask, and I was with my girlfriend and my daughter who you had never met before. So you just see this girl and a baby and this fucking giant soft-looking man, and I was like, he doesn't know who I am, so I'm just gonna try to freak him out. And I yelled like, "Hey, you want to fucking die?" And he turned around and saw me. He was like, "Oh, hey."
You can't say that. You
But I
can't
did, and I
just
can.
go.
I'm actually
I
supposed
can.
to wear hearing aids, but I can't afford them because my insurance won't pay for them.
Yeah, let's.
So that's
You know which. Yeah, well, you know which candidate we're endorsing on the podcast.
Yeah.
God damn it, we need hearing aids.
Hearing 2020.
But Simon, how do you think that your music has evolved as you've gotten deeper into the music scene? Because I know you've been playing with a lot of different people as well as doing your own stuff and featuring on tracks. So I'm sure you've experienced a lot of evolution in your style.
I definitely have. It kind of started out with like I'll just do pop punk covers. Like that'll be my niche, right? Which worked way better than I thought it was going to because there was like an audience for that I wasn't aware of kind of going into it. So I was kind of able to ride that momentum to this point, or at least to like the last couple of years where I've been able to write more and just kind of been focusing more on a songwriter and kind of pulling inspiration from that style of music, but not directly writing that style of music.
Right.
I think has been really beneficial, and the kind of the popularity that playing those songs gave me for locally is like invaluable. I made like good connections and friends because of what I was doing and where I was playing that I wouldn't be where I am without it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that happened with my brother and his band too. Because Nightstand and the Lampshades for the longest time was that shitty local folk band who did the Blink-182 cover. That
The
was-
one
that was
single
really
Blink-182 It was really good.
Well, yeah, they do a really soft, kind of lovey-dovey version of "Damn It" by Blink-182,
Mhm.
and it's a very good cover. And I'm shitting on my brother's band a lot. They're actually a really good band. I'm just giving them shit because it's my brother's band.
I love it when people do covers, like a weird version of like, a cover song or whatever. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys have ever heard of a band called Lucky Uke. It's a ukulele band, and they do covers of like old '80s metal. Like they do covers
I
of like
love it.
Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden and Crazy Train by Ozzy. Dude, it's great. It's some of the greatest shit you'll ever hear. And I really like that when bands kind of do like weird, put their own spin on stuff. It's like if I want to go, it kind of bugs me when cover bands kind of sound exactly like what they're doing. It's like, what's the freaking point? Like I can do that. I want to hear like how you would do it.
Yeah.
No, that's why I don't like following bands like the Molly Ringwalds or the Chiwis, the ones that just do like
they're actually more of a show than
they're
they
like
are
a show band. But the covers themselves always came off like real by the books.
Yeah, they're note for note, note for note copies of the original songs. They don't put any thought into it. They're a complete just live show. Don't get me wrong, I like watching them.
I do too. I've been to a bunch of their shows.
It's a fun show to go to, but at the end of the day, it's like, they sell CDs, and it's like, why? I could go listen to this shit.
I don't think I ever thought about if they sell CDs or not.
Why?
That's just the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
You can get this shit on Spotify, man. Like, why would I want to hear you play this?
Do this?
I don't want to hear you play it. If I want to hear, We're Not Gonna Take It, I'm gonna go listen to the Twisted Sister, But have you
like
kind of
buy my note for note CD? Of covers.
That's so
from the
weird
80s?
to me.
That's hilarious.
But have you done anything as far as like self-publishing or anything like going and like putting stuff on Spotify or Apple Music? Because that's the thing.
Bit,
like, I don't know if you know my history as far as music and stuff. Like, man, I wish we would have had the self-promotion tools in 2004, 2005. When I was in Fall as well. I mean, even Falls from Grace from like 2008 to now, like, we just released an EP for Falls from Grace not too long ago. Just released another Fall as Well album, which is out as of 2 days ago on Spotify called the Biloxi Sessions.
Look for that.
Go listen to it. Shut up, Jacob. Nobody likes you. And it's so easy to put stuff out now. It's like
it really is.
$80 and you can self-publish your album. It goes out to everything you can possibly think of. You get royalties, and you don't even have to have. I mean, the only limitation you have is how much time you're willing to put into it. That's the only limitation you have.
I completely agree with you. And I've been lucky enough to so I did release an EP a couple years ago called Ghosts, and it was some of my first original songs I had done. I had gotten approached at a show by a couple of guys who had wanted to pay for some studio time for me, which I still don't know why they did that, but that was really kind. Thank you. And I went up to the Mary C and recorded with Robert Pickens for a couple hours, and that was that EP came. But now I self-published it. I didn't mix it. I didn't get to do anything of that myself. And I feel like I've grown a lot on a production standpoint from that. So I've been able to kind of like release little one-offs here and there. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that by the end of this year, I'll be able to drop either another EP or a full album. I have the songs for it, just not the time.
That's awesome.
Look, man, that's the thing though. It's like the new artists, and especially with the genre of music that you're kind of leaning towards right now, because I would put you in the category of maybe either soft rock or like pop rock, something like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is with that style of music, it's like everyone who plays that now puts out singles. Like that's all they do, man. It's almost like, is it even worth it to put out an album, because you're gonna get more views on the single than maybe the entire album.
Because what you're hoping for is that one of those singles will blow up to any way, shape, or form, and then that is what motivates them to go listen to the rest of your music. Mm-hmm. So I've always kind of put emphasis on there needs to be a really good single release over, like, I could drop this 16-track album and no one will listen to it. But if this one song who had a really inspiring video or something, or it was produced really well, that might have more pull.
Right.
So I'm with you on that.
And plus with the recording software and the stuff that you can have now, and plus you're just kind of a solo artist, so you don't really have to worry about 3 or 4 other assholes getting their stuff done. You can just go do what you need to do, and it's a lot easier to do nowadays than it was, even 10 years ago.
And that's kind of what I've always felt has kept me from like the stereotypical band setup, was that I always had trouble dealing with 3 other assholes on where the direction was supposed to go. Even just like getting down to we all meet at this time seemed to have been a struggle most of the time for any project I'd been in.
I mean, hell,
and it's always boiled back down to it's easier if I just do it myself.
The older you get, the worse it gets. Like trying to do a Falls from Grace practice now, dude. Me and Redcap have been begging to do a practice with the band for 7 months now, since like January, and we haven't had a practice yet. And like, I understand COVID's going on, but none of us have it. Let's just go practice for a few hours and just get some of this pent up rage out, man. Let's do it.
Dude, imagine dealing with fucking booking comics. It's a fucking nightmare, dude. You don't know. It's like, I might have to go up and do 30 minutes myself tonight because my headliner might not fucking show up.
Panama City.
Exactly. Which I replaced the headliner. That was no fucking problem. But while we were on our way to a comedy gig in Panama City, Florida, we were already 2 hours away from every comic in the entire world that we know. One of the comics I was supposed to go with us texted us, was like, yeah, you guys have fun, man. I'm stuck at work. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Day of, what the fuck?
Day of, like 2 hours before the show.
Yeah, like 2 hours before the show. Actually, when we got there, they're like, oh, such and such isn't going to be here. And like, so we went from like, what, 6 comics to, like, how many were supposed to be there that night? And ended up with just like 4 or 3
It was supposed to be 6. It ended up being 4.
Yeah.
And because I was supposed to be booked, just as like, I don't know, like an opening act or whatever. And I got bumped up to headliner because the headliner went to America's Got Talent. And apparently didn't do too fucking well because I ain't seen his ass on the show. So.
And then, as soon as the show starts, literally 30 seconds into the host starting the show, a fight almost breaks out. And like, I'm like, should we have chicken wire in front of the stage right now? Is this like a Blues Brothers situation here where I need to play some country and Western, in this bar so they don't like throw beer bottles at my head? Like, oh my God, that place was so weird because it was the place we were at, like, the Kraken. The Kraken was like a total nerd bar. Well, this place was like that, but it was filled with very angry rednecks who did not want to hear comedy, and they wanted to be comics too. So they were very heckly. And
I don't want to listen to it, but I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like, I can do better than you, and it was awful.
Long story short, I was supposed to do 30 minutes to headline, and I did 8.
8?
Yeah, 8 minutes. And they said, hey, bring the other guy back up. So I brought the other guy back up.
Oh, Jacob, when they tell you that, you're supposed to tell them to eat your ass.
Then I did a drum solo.
The thing is I got paid the same amount of money because I said to the host, I'm still taking my fucking money. So no skin off my back. Well, what's the worst show you've ever done, Simon?
This is Luke.
I was about to say, you got paid all $5 in your lunch.
How can you hate that face? Look at him. Look at him,
dude.
I can easily.
I would literally
so fucking much right
I'd
now.
punch that fucking cat, dude.
I would be your backup. I'm too afraid, but I would stand behind you and I would give him intimidating looks.
Don't listen to him, kitty. They're idiots.
Worst show I ever had, hands down, 2017 St. Jude benefit show. The worst show I ever had in my life.
Yeah, man, fuck them kids. Go off, Simon.
Fuck cancer, shit. No, so I wasn't getting paid for that show, obviously, because it was a benefit show. But they're like, hey, you have an open tab for while you're here. And so I'm like, okay, I'm off work, so I'll show up at 3 in the afternoon, even though my set is at like 9:30, and I'll just drink all day, and that'll be great. No. So that was bad. By 9:30, I was so fucking shit-faced. I could not remember the words to any song I was doing. I stumbled through the set. Everyone kind of like went, "Oh," and then like left to that back smoking section of the Celtic that where they all hide from the performer. And I just remember crying on the way home. I'm like,
That sounds like an amazing show.
I get too drunk at the show. And from that point on, like I knew my limits of how much alcohol are you allowed to ingest before getting paid to do a gig.
That sounds. I mean, you got everything you wanted. It's
Yeah,
that
no,
sounds.
If it wasn't Reputation or anything, like I had a great time. But
Well, hey, you're still doing great gigs, so obviously everything worked out for you.
I remember going home and being like, Ryan's never gonna hire me again. He's never gonna have me. And then like a week later, it's like, hey, you free Monday the 24th? And I'm like, oh, nothing changed. Okay, great.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me
It's just
tell
those
you
kids
boys,
maybe won't get a cure, but that's fine.
let me
Yeah, I
tell
mean,
you
they'll die
boys
of
a
cancer,
horror
but-
story. You want to hear a horror story?
Yes, please.
Sure.
So
Make me look
arguably in 2004, I was going to play the biggest show of my life and career. We were going to play Voodoo Fest 04. And we get there that day, and they have a truck set up to do live recording. So I'm like, wow. We did a sound check. Our singer wasn't there yet, so we did sound check. We went and listened to the live recording. We're like, holy shit, we're about to have a live album at Voodoo Fest.
Right.
And the singer shows up late, as usual, and he liked his drugs at the time.
Oh no.
So let's just say he didn't quite know where he was when we got on stage and was singing the wrong lyrics over the wrong songs, was tuning his guitar in the middle of songs. We were just playing a song. And he's like, and tuning his guitar in the middle of the song. So yeah, and basically it kind of sounded like Fozzie Bear the whole show because he couldn't sing.
I'll do ready for rock and roll.
And the entire set, I was up on stage playing drums, and I kept screaming at our manager, "Get me the fuck off this stage right now!" So luckily, we ended up finishing the show, and it was horrific. And if I'm not mistaken, the video may still be up on the Voodoo Fest website. If you're
Hey, bro,
interested in
we're gonna
looking
go
at-
find that, and we're gonna embarrass Jason on this very show.
All right, let me look it up and see if it's still there. You boys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Well, actually, we are a little bit past the halfway point of our show, and I'm still getting really bad feedback from your end, Jason. I hear myself a lot.
Dude, your microphone
steadily
sounds
hearing it a lot.
like Rice Krispies. Like I don't know what to do.
I know it sounds like Rice Krispies, goddammit, but I hear myself coming from your end.
Cause you talk like louder than frickin' Sam Kinison.
Okay,
You're like screaming into your mic.
I'll talk like this, guys. Oh, this is better actually. Anyways,
Actually, that did fix it.
we're a little bit past the halfway point. We're a little bit past the halfway point of our show. Simon is a late replacement guest for us. He came in for us on less than 24 hours notice. So thank you, Simon, for doing that. But our top 5 list for the guest we were previously supposed to have was our top 5 sayings. So if you guys want to talk about our top 5 sayings, we can still do that.
I actually had a little time at work today and picked out a few. Now, are they my absolute favorite? Not all of them. Are some of them just really interesting and I want to talk about them? Yes.
Oh, Jason found it. I think he
No,
found
no,
it.
I know I didn't find it. I did find a shit ton of videos from 2004 though, but I don't see
Ooh.
ours. I'm
A
still
little
looking.
bit of hairy porn. But Simon, let's talk about our sayings, man. What's your number 5 saying, bro?
So number 5 saying I picked was the first one I wrote down, which was "Don't look a gift horse in the mouth." Now I like that one a lot because I didn't understand it for 23 years. I had no fucking idea what it meant. I kept hearing people say it, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then I read online what it meant the other day, and it suddenly made a ton of sense. And now I use it a lot.
So what does that actually mean?
So to not look a gift horse in the mouth, apparently back in the day, sometimes you would be given the gift of a horse, as you might assume, and it was impolite if you were given a horse to look at its teeth and be like, "Bitch, you got terrible teeth. Why'd you give me a horse with terrible teeth?" Like that was just really impolite because it was free anyway.
Okay, I understand now.
The moral being, don't shit on free things because it was free.
That's true, and it's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts. They thought that you needed a shitty teeth horse.
So that's very touching. My number 5 saying is love that chicken from Popeyes. Because
Wow, I misread this.
I love that chicken from Popeyes, guys. Like no, this is supposed to be very heartfelt, Simon. You're doing the right thing. I'm doing the wrong thing. I just love that fucking chicken from Popeyes, man.
I think you're on the right track. I also love that chicken from Popeyes. I just had another sandwich last night.
See, I don't even care for the sandwich that much, man. But I could get a fucking 3-piece of biscuit and Cajun fries and a soda for like $6.
I don't know, dog. Like when I loved Popeyes. I've loved Popeyes my whole life. But when that sandwich came out, it's like there was a more accessible thing from Popeyes for me now.
Yeah.
And that was really exciting. And so I do catch myself eating one of those maybe once a week, at least.
I try to get Popeyes as much as I can. But every time I pass a Popeyes, I say I love that chicken from Popeyes.
But then you also see that line from Popeyes.
Oh yeah, all the way out to the highway. What's your number 5 saying, Jason?
You know what? One of the sayings that bothers me the most in this world is when people say it is what it is. And then it topped off by Trump saying it a few weeks ago about the pandemic. And I hated it before then, and I hate it even worse now. When people just say...
That's a real shit scenario to use that.
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is. Like, it doesn't have to be.
It only is because you made it.
I hate that. I hate when people say that. It is what it is. Like, no, it's not.
Well, you know what? It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I will tell you, you do have quite a bit of feedback on your mic.
Yeah, it's not just me.
On me?
You might have to turn your volume down, Jason.
All right.
Yeah.
How's that?
Let's see.
Is that better?
Talking. No, we're still getting it.
Just like a little. It's better. It's already immediately better.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. We're good.
All right. Good to go.
Okay, awesome. So, Simon, let's talk about your number 4 saying, man. What you got?
So number 4 is, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans. And I had never heard this saying before, and I couldn't find a proper meaning behind it, but I'm assuming it means that don't mean shit. And so I like it. It doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
It's a very old-timey, like 1950s way of saying it doesn't mean shit.
I'm going to bring it back. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. We're getting like a weird like feedback delay through you, Jason.
All right, hold on. Let me switch us over to U.S. Central. See if that helps.
So do we
All
think?
Right, how's that? Is that better?
It's doing the same thing.
All right, how's that? Because everything's fine on my end. I don't know what the deal is.
Talking.
Okay,
it seems fine now. My number 4. Well, there it is again.
Just be softer, Jacob.
I'll back up just in case what you're hearing is my headphones.
Oh, that might help.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 4 is Strange Things Are Afoot at the Circle K.
Hey now.
It is from You're an All-Star.
From Bill and Ted.
Yes, absolutely. One of my favorite movies and probably my favorite film series of all time, Bill and Ted. And anytime something weird's going on, I say, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Even if it's not happening at a Circle K. It doesn't matter. But what's your number 4, Jason?
Feeling under the weather. Of course you are. We're all under the weather.
These are Jason's top 5 least favorite sayings.
Yeah, I was about to be. This is just like, did you hear this saying the other day? It's ridiculous. It's like,
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't
good
really
mix
have any
of
favorite
angry
sayings.
grandma
I
and
just
dad jokes.
I have ones that bug me.
Yeah. Well, what's your number 3, Simon?
You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. And I
What
read
is a
that.
sow?
That sounds
I-
like some
I
grandpa
want-
shit.
I want to say I'm probably wrong, but I want to say it's a baby cow. I think it's a
No,
baby
a sow
cow.
is a female pig.
Female pig. I knew it was a small animal. And the fun part about that is I read it and I didn't understand it at all. And all these ones I read off of, it's supposed to give you like what it meant under it, and it was literally grandma knows best. And I'm like, wait, what? That didn't answer any of my questions. So I thought I include it because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty good saying, man. My number 3 saying is something's fucky. Because I say it every day that something's fucky, and it's also what Bubbles says on Trailer Park Boys. Whenever something's fucky, he says something's fucky, man.
So would that mean like suspicious?
Yes, something is
Okay.
off. Something's fucky.
Something's fucky.
Well, if we're gonna go with favorite sayings, I got to go with one that's close to that and that I use a lot. When something sucks, I just go, "Ah, that's so sucky." I have to say that a lot.
Sucky and fucky.
Yeah, sucky and fucky.
It's a match made in
Thank
heaven.
That's another
Wait,
one.
wasn't that the name?
Match made in
Wasn't
heaven.
wasn't that the name of the twins in the Austin Powers movie? Remember the Asian twins?
Sucky and fucky? I think
I
it might
want
have
to
been.
say their names were Sucky and Fucky.
Or was it like
Maybe
Suki and Fuki?
Can't remember now, but it was very offensive, and I loved it.
Yeah, I like offensive shit.
I
But,
lived on those movies.
I wasn't ever the biggest fan. I'm a big Shrek guy though, because I really resonate with Shrek.
You just really feel him on like an emotional level.
Oh, I basically am Shrek. But what's your number 2 saying, Simon?
For me, it's the bee's knees, because
Mm.
all that ever gave me was an image that bees must have just fucking amazing knees. Like they must have the most immaculate knees.
Bees don't have
For them to be, like
knees.
so like well round, like everyone says so nice things
Oh.
about them.
Rampage said it was Fook Me and Fook You. That was their names.
Fuck me and fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Good job, Rampage.
Awesome.
Thanks, Rampage.
You my guy. No, but the bee's knees.
The bee's knees. That's something that I say a lot too. I like
I
that
do.
saying. My number 2. This is the only heartfelt one that's on the list, and it's something that I say to myself every single time before I go on stage, before every single performance. I say, sometimes the fear doesn't go away, so you're just going to have to do it afraid. And that makes me feel a little better, because
I
no
like
one knows that I'm scared every time I do stand up. But I know I'm scared, but they won't know if I play it off, you know?
I like that.
Right. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's stop being sappy though. What's your number 2, Jason?
Yeah, come on.
One of my
bitches and
favorite
pussy,
sayings
yeah.
is one that my ex-father-in-law
Both
used to
of
say.
those.
He used to say, "You can shit in one hand and wish in another, and see which one fills up first."
That's definitely something a stepdad would say.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that is like
Not my stepdad,
you'll
my
never be
father-in-law.
anything.
Did I say stepdad? I meant father-in-law.
Yes, you did.
I'm so old. my ex-father-in-law used to say that.
Okay. That might have been what you said. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I'm so out of it.
I don't-
today.
I don't listen to you.
I don't either.
It's probably for the best for both of us. But Simon, we're at the number 1. We're at the end of our list. We're almost at the end of the episode. It feels like we've been
This
here
went
for
very
like
quickly.
5 minutes.
Right.
But what's your number 1, Simon?
Number 1, and I did put this here honestly because I say it all the time and it offends all my coworkers, which is I just casually and commonly yell "for fuck's sake" very often, very often. And I recently saw a TikTok that was talking about "for fuck's sake" and like its origin, and that it came from "for Christ's sake," but they didn't want to keep saying that because that offended people, so they just made it worse by saying "fuck" instead. And I'm like, oh, that just makes it better.
Can you see
For
that?
fuck's sake. Was that your number one?
Yeah, can you see our tie number one? The same exact saying. I say that every day as well, Simon.
Fuck yeah.
Anytime something goes wrong in my life, I just say "for fuck's sake." And I think it's a good saying, man.
It is a really good saying. I am so honestly, genuinely surprised we both thought so highly of it.
Well, I think we're actually kindred spirits in a way. We might be soulmates.
I would lean away from soulmates, more like the same being, actually.
Maybe.
But maybe.
How closely are you in personality to Shrek?
More like Donkey. But
Okay, well then we're probably just meant to be best friends.
that works.
But yeah, that was my number one. So what's your number one, Jason?
And
This
if
is
it's not
one
for fuck's sake, you're
that
messing up.
This is my favorite saying to say when I'm frustrated, but nobody gets it because nobody knows what it's from. And I don't know if you guys are Adam Sandler fans. If you ever listened to a couple of his albums, he had this one album. Have you ever heard the skit for the goat, where the goat's tied up in the back of the truck and the guys find him and he's a talking goat? And there was one part where they throw a football at him. He's like, I got no hands. He's like, oh, go long. So he runs out and he like gets hit in the fucking face with the ball and he's like, fuck me in the goat ass. So I always say that. I always say it when I'm frustrated, like, fuck me in the goat ass. No, and I've had so many people be like, what?
I'm gonna start saying that now instead of "for fuck's sake." I'm gonna say "fuck me in the goat ass."
I want you to know how close my number two was gonna be "fuck me in the butt," and I feel like that really works well with it.
Dude, because when you're mad and you scream "fuck me in the goat ass," you will catch people's attention.
Yeah. Kind of like if you yell, "Do you want to fucking die?" in the middle of Walmart.
Yeah, kind of.
Like
They're a little similar.
Walmart security might be a little intrigued.
But Simon, is there anything that you want to talk about before we wrap? I think we still have a few minutes to go here.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the conversation
Don't
rolling a
shut me
little
out
bit.
the door yet, Jacob.
Not just yet. Is there any topic you want to discuss, my friend? Anything you want to plug? What do you have coming up?
Not jack shit lately. No, that's a lie, actually. So I have the Whatever podcast with Mark and Simon coming out in the next few weeks. I'm hoping we'll get on a proper roll of getting those released. Our unreleased first episode, maybe bonus content, maybe for the patrons. We'll see.
The one that I'm a guest on, by the way, for our
Yeah,
listeners.
Jacob was our very first guest. Other things I have coming up, hopefully either an EP or an album by the end of the year. No shows lined up because of COVID. No singer-songwriter festival this year because of COVID. But I did want to bring up that I told you I watched a little bit of last week's episode.
Mhm.
And I was thrilled, Jason, that you brought up Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
And Mel Brooks, because that is my favorite director.
I love Mel Brooks.
I love Blazing Saddles. Is my favorite movie, hands down. I finally made my girlfriend watch it 2 weeks ago, and she was so hesitant. She doesn't like old movies. I love old movies, and she was iffy on Mel Brooks' work. And I'm like, no, this is the best movie. You're gonna love it. And I put it on, and she laughed the entire fucking thing. She couldn't stop.
Yeah, I love Mel Brooks as well. I'm a big Spaceballs fan. I like Blazing
Spaceballs.
Saddles, but I might pick Spaceballs over Blazing Saddles because I'm the biggest fan of John Candy. Like, John Candy is my
Right.
hero.
I
So
love
I
John
just,
Candy.
yeah, I look up to guys like that. I might die really young because I look up a lot to John Belushi, Chris Farley, and John Candy. So I might
That's a
die
dangerous
soon,
role
guys.
model.
Because I don't
Yeah,
know.
really fucking dangerous.
When I did Monsters Anonymous, I mean, that movie was a complete love letter
here
to
we
Young
go again.
Frankenstein. So I love that movie. I love that movie more than I love Mel Brooks. He's up there with my like top 5 favorite directors.
right. And
Didn't we do that list?
Yeah, I think we did.
what, top 5 directors or top 5 Mel Brooks movies? Because I would do either.
Yeah.
I think we did top 5 directors. I don't know.
But no, I just kind of grew up on their films. So like for me to put on this podcast, and in the first 5 minutes, you mentioned my favorite like comedic director and movies. I was like, this is my shit. Okay, this is my shit. I see the appeal.
Yeah. So, note to us, we need to talk about Blazing Saddles more.
More about Blazing Saddles. Don't talk about recent movies, okay? You're gonna lose your audience.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
76, 77.
Yeah. No one's seen Tenet. No one's gonna see Tenet.
I want to see it. I don't really want to go to the movies to see it.
I only want to see it to see Robert Pattinson, and I might get kicked out of the theater for jacking off.
Shit.
He's Batman, bro.
Yeah.
He is, and you know what? He doesn't look bad. He doesn't look bad. He feels.
I've said on the podcast before that I hated Robert Pattinson's Batman, and I haven't said since that I've changed my opinion. So the thing is I instantly hate every Batman until I get proof that they're going to be good. I did the same thing with Ben Affleck. I hated Robert Pattinson until I saw him. I saw him in the costume, and I was like, I'm not really sold yet. But I saw the trailer, and it looks like it's going to be the best Batman movie so far. It looks fucking astounding, and Robert Pattinson looks like the best Batman so far. I really changed my opinion. Like, I'm sold on the Robert Pattinson trade now. I really am.
Yeah. Candygram from Mongo, Rampage puts in the in the chat room.
Mongo.
I'm so looking forward to that Batman movie because for one simple reason, it's going to be a detective story. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be, doesn't need to have, $200 million worth of effects, anything like that. It needs to be, Batman year 1, year 2 type shit where you have a young Batman who doesn't really know what he's doing yet, trying to solve crimes and, gets his ass handed to him a lot. Because, that's what we need.
I love the time period they picked because Batman is on his 5th year of crime fighting. Mm-hmm. So he's not a fucking noob. Everyone knows who Batman is, but he's still going to get his ass beat sometimes because he's only on his 5th year of crime fighting. And it's the thing that I love. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm pulling a Jason. My mind just completely went fucking blank.
Welcome to old age.
Yeah. I've officially lived too long, guys.
So I will be the either way too young person or way too old person in the room to say that I haven't seen the trailer for it yet. However,
you know
from the sound of it from the two of y'all, I'm happy to hear that maybe this is a little more of a humble Batman.
Yes.
Maybe a little, because I feel like with the Dark Knight trilogy, like I love those movies, but it felt like they threw you in with him already being a badass. Yeah. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts. He just got all the shit, but he already knows exactly what to do with it. And so the idea of like maybe he's still learning sounds nice.
It looks like it's going to kind of have the feel of the Joker movie where it's really kind of grounded in reality. You're not going to have Batman, scaling buildings and like doing all the other crazy shit they've had him do before. This is going to be a dude who builds his own shit, like in the Batcave, builds his own suits and gadgets and stuff. So the Batmobile looks like just like a souped up muscle car, and it's the Batman story we want to see. It's going to be dark, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be like a crime drama, and that's what I'm completely looking forward to.
I remembered what I was going to say. The reason that I love Robert Pattinson's casting so much is that I feel like I could kick Robert Pattinson's ass. I really feel like I could beat the shit out of Robert Pattinson. And that's the appeal of Bruce Wayne, is that everyone feels like they can beat the shit out of Bruce Wayne because he's just some pretty boy, playboy billionaire who doesn't know how to fight, but it turns out he's fucking Batman. So I really love, like you see Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, and you're kind of like, he still looks like a brick house. I don't know about that.
Right.
But you see Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, and it's like, dude, I will make you suck my dick right now. But you can't.
I bet you get pedicures on the weekend. You ain't Batman. And I feel like that's supposed to be how it is, because it's supposed to be like, oh, he's Bruce Wayne by day, and you look at Bruce Wayne like, that ain't Batman. There's no way that can be Batman. Like, what are you talking about? That's Batman. It's supposed to be like when you look at Peter Parker and you're like, oh, that's not Spider-Man. Look at him. He's weak
just
and
some
skinny
kid.
And I'm
nothing.
wondering if it's
That's why I got mad about the Andrew Garfield casting of Spider-Man, because he was too hot to be Spider-Man.
Bro, Spider-Man looks like you, Simon. You would be a great Spider-Man.
I would be Simon for Spider-Man 2020.
I dig it.
But the cool, I don't know if it's going to be a period piece or not, the new Batman movie, because it doesn't really, you can't really tell like when it's set, like from the way it looks.
Right.
So I think I don't know if they're doing it where this Batman turns into Ben Affleck. I want to say that is kind of what they're trying to do. And if that's the case, then it's going to probably take place in the 80s.
Well, if that's the case, then they're going to try to tie it into the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, which I'm totally okay with.
Fine by me.
I am totally okay with that.
The thing is that the Joker movie is an Elseworlds movie. It's just a standalone piece. So the question is if this is going to be an Elseworld Batman trilogy, because they're doing a trilogy. Is this trilogy going to stand alone, or is this trilogy going to lead up to Robert Pattinson being Ben Affleck? And I don't think we have any real answers on that.
Well, what they're doing with the Flash movie too is going to be Flashpoint. That's why they're getting all the different Batmans together. They got Ben Affleck back. They got Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's coming back. And God, I wish. The Batman from 1960s. Adam West. Dude, wouldn't it be awesome if he was still alive to come back and play Bruce Wayne?
I mean, they can run into some, archived footage of Adam West.
Dude, I hope they have Kevin Conroy come in.
This archived footage.
They need to have Kevin Conroy come in as well, the guy who's been doing the voice of Batman since the 90s.
Yeah, well, my checklist is we have to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne.
Yes.
And we have to see Lauren Cohen as Martha Wayne, as both the Batman and the Joker. I mean, we just have to. It's finally happening. That's what we were promised, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
And if we don't see all of the Flashes, if we don't see Grant Gustin, if we don't see John Wesley Shipp, I'm going to be a little disappointed that we see the history of Batman and not the history of the Flash in a Flash movie where he's going through all these different dimensions, all these different times. It's going to seem like a little bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, the Flash is another one where I haven't kept up with the casting of it. Are they casting the guy from the TV show for it, or the guy from the movie?
The movies. It's a continuation of the DCEU, and Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman, which is fucking huge because he said he was done with the character. And Michael Keaton is also coming back as Batman, which is fucking huge because he hasn't been Batman since 1992.
Right.
So I'm just, I hope they do bring in the TV versions of the Flash too, because if they're going to do the Flashpoint movie and that all of the different, iterations of each character is in this universe as, different dimensions and like Elseworlds and all that kind of shit, then why wouldn't you do that? Have them come in for cameos, because they already did it in the TV show where what's his name that plays it in the movie, plays the Flash?
Ezra Miller. They had him come into the Flash TV show. So that tells me right there they're going to do it. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, I hope they just put that same exact scene in the movie. Just put the scene where they met in the movie. And that makes everything come full circle.
Exactly. And bring in Linda Carter. Linda Carter needs to be in there too.
Bro, I'd still fuck Linda Carter.
Dude, you and me both, man.
Anyways, we're talking about fucking Linda Carter, guys. It might be time
to say goodbye
to the fine people. Simon, where can everyone find you on the interwebs?
So y'all can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Simon Palmer Music. Follow me on there. I try to post infrequently about any updates and things. Once COVID stops, hopefully that'll be where I'll be posting on my show dates too.
Sweet.
Yes.
Oh, and I don't want to start the conversation up again, but Rampage said Mark Hamill as a secret, unrecognizable, uncredited character.
I like it.
He would have to come in as the Joker, man. Or who was his character in the Flash?
The Trickster.
The Trickster. He could do both. Why not?
Why not both?
Why not both? I like
All right. Well, thank you so much for being our replacement on less than 24 hours notice, Simon.
Yeah, we were
I owe
supposed
you
to.
a little dick sucky the next time I see you.
Jacob, Jason, thank you all so much for having me.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun. Big fan of your podcast. I will continue to listen even after I've been on it. So thank you all for having me.
We were supposed to have Emily Dillon on tonight from Stinger's Comedy, but because of the hurricane and all that kind of stuff, she lives in Pensacola. And plus she was supposed to be flying out to Maine, and all that got messed up. So she wasn't able to be here tonight. We're going to reschedule her for later in the year. We got to find a spot to put her in because we've got a full schedule coming up for the rest of the year.
It might have to be 2021.
Yeah. Oh, and I captured this last week from the Pepper episode.
Yes! Yes! That's all I wanted! Now you have to catch one of mine the next time I do it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can recognize Peppersburg from a mile away.
All right, you guys.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Simon.
Thank you all for having me.
If you want to email us, you know what to do. You can email us at openmikerspodcast@gmail.com. We are at openmikers on Twitter and Open Mikers Podcast on Facebook. Follow us both. Jacob C. Craig on Twitter. Jay Funktastic on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook, but Jacob is. Go follow him at Jacob Craig. And we will see you guys again next Thursday.
I love it. Did you get the other clip, the very not safe for work one?
No, I didn't. I bleeped them out.
Did you bleep that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I can't leave that in there, man. That's way too beyond the pale to leave.
Wait, now
that.
well, I mean, what did Pepper say?
Well, when we're done streaming on Twitch, I'll tell you.
All right, let me.
Once we're not live anymore, I'll tell you what he said.
Thank you guys for watching us. We're gonna end the stream now. Thanks for watching Rampage and the other people that were in here that didn't say anything. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.